If African women once ruled kingdoms, controlled trade, chose kings, and even led armies, why do most history books barely mention them? Did African women suddenly disappear from history, or were they written out of the story? This month on Sankofa Pan-African Series, we explore African women, their roots, their resistance, and their rising. Before colonialism reshaped narratives, before history erased memory, African women held power, built economies, led resistance, and shaped civilizations. Join us as we reclaim the truth, confront the myths, and reimagine what rising truly means. And if you believe these stories matter, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with others so more people can discover Africa's untold history. You can also support our work through Patreon or by buying us a coffee using the links below. In the previous episode, we explored something many people were never taught in school. Across many African societies, women held real authority. There were queen mothers who helped select kings, market women who controlled vast trade networks, spiritual leaders and political advisors who helped guide community decisions. But once we recognize this reality, a troubling question emerges. If African women held this kind of influence, why were we never taught about it? To answer that question, we must examine something deeper. Who writes history? History is often presented as if it is simply a record of facts. But history is rarely neutral. History is usually written by those who hold power, political power, academic power, cultural power. When Europeans colonized Africa, they did not only conquer land, they reshaped the story of Africa itself. Colonial administrators, missionaries, and early European scholars became the people who recorded African societies in written form. But many of them came from societies where women held far less public authority. So when they encountered African communities where women exercised influence, they often misunderstood what they were seeing. Instead of documenting women's roles fully, they focused mainly on male rulers. Much of what historians study today comes from colonial archives, government reports, missionary writings, administrative records. But these archives were never created to celebrate African societies. They were created to manage colonial rule. Colonial officers focused on things like tax collection, labor systems, and male chiefs they could negotiate with. Women's institutions, especially market networks and community leadership, often existed outside colonial systems, so they were rarely recorded. Over time, what was not written down began to appear as though it had never existed. Before colonial rule, African societies preserved knowledge through oral traditions, stories, songs, praise poetry, community memory, and these traditions remembered women clearly. But colonial education systems elevated written records above oral knowledge. What was written became history. What was spoken was dismissed as folklore. And slowly, centuries of women's influence faded from mainstream narratives. Colonial rule did not just overlook women's authority. In many places, it actively reshaped African governance. Colonial governments preferred centralized systems led by male chiefs, so they reorganized leadership structures, and institutions where women once held influence were pushed aside. Over time, this reshaping of governance also reshaped memory. Future generations began to see leadership as primarily male, even in societies where power had once been balanced. But the truth never completely disappeared. Across Africa, fragments of women's leadership survived in oral traditions, community memory, cultural practices, and today, historians are rediscovering those stories. Women like Queen Nzinga of Ndongo and Matamba, Ya Asantewa of the Ashanti Empire, and many others whose names are still being recovered. History did not forget African women. History was written to overlook them. Reclaiming these stories matters, not just because they belong in the past, but because they shape how African girls and women imagine their possibilities today. If you want to understand the full story of African women's power before colonialism changed these systems, watch our previous episode, Before Colonialism, African Women Had Power, What Changed? And in our next episode, we explore 5 African queens you were never taught about. Because reclaiming history is not only about remembering the past, it is about reimagining the future.